So, Hank, you know what else you can do on YouTube?
What else can you do on YouTube, John?
You can be awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie McDonnell!
Hello! How's everyone doing? People, I need to do a talk. Can you please be quiet? When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty nervous because I was like, oh my God, I have to do my VidCon talk today, and that's like thousands of people. But over the course of the day, I've been getting more and more comfortable about it until I went into the green room and found out this is being streamed on the front page of YouTube right now. And not only that, but every single page on the whole of YouTube is linking right now to my face. So, we'll see how this goes. Well, thank you. I also started writing this talk like first thing that I arrived here at VidCon. I've been in the US for a couple of weeks just rehearsing for the Chameleon Circuit gig, which is happening this evening. But yeah, I arrived at VidCon and I was like, oh yeah, I actually need to do my talk now. Last year, basically what I did is I took questions from the internet and I couldn't think of anything else to do, so I'm going to do that again. But this is slightly different in that not only is it just questions, but I've also just asked the internet for topics. I asked the internet, what should I talk about at VidCon? So this talk that you're about to see is just everything that VidCon wants me to talk about. Sorry, everything the internet wants me to talk about here at VidCon. I'm sure some people at VidCon also want me to talk about some of this stuff. Ready? How do you come up with your video ideas? No single YouTuber likes this question at all. It's completely horrible to be asked it because all video ideas come from completely different places. The only one bit of advice I can give to anybody who is stuck for video ideas is just go outside every once in a while, because I tend to find that I get more ideas from being outside in the real world than I do just in my bedroom. But other than that, I can't really kind of give any more like general advice. So what I thought would be fun is to go over how I've come up with specific video ideas that I have. But these are all video ideas that I haven't made into videos yet. So these are literally just videos. So I'm just hopefully going to give you a sneak preview of stuff that is coming up on my channel. But at the same time, who knows if any of this stuff will get made. I'm going to destroy a computer monitor at some point. This video is a good example of how I can come up with video ideas that just come from all like different places just in my life. I made a video a while ago called the Alex and Charlie Pilot, which was set basically... Oh. I'm glad you all liked that one. That one had more dislikes than normal, so that's nice to hear. Oh, no, that's all right. I don't mind. I think it's perfectly fine when people like enjoy disliking my videos. You know, at least I'm kind of giving them something. But yeah, in that video, I included this really old like CRT monitor because I wanted it to be set in the 90s, and I still have this really old computer monitor just in my bedroom with nothing to do with it. But then also recently I got in touch with these guys called the Slow-Mo guys who told me that they have this really awesome slow-motion camera, and did I want to use it for anything? And I thought, yeah, I could destroy a computer monitor with it. So that's basically how that idea came about, just from different places and just kind of piecing them together and thinking, yeah, that could actually be a video. Corn Dogs with Charlie. I made this video a while ago called Cooking with Charlie, which I really liked. I was really, really pleased with that one. And I thought, well, I want to do that again. And while I was here in the US, I thought, why don't I do an American, like, Cooking with Charlie? And one thing I did, actually, with this is I really like the alliteration of Cooking with Charlie, those two C's. So I thought a good way to kind of limit myself in terms of what I can do for this video is to make sure that the food starts with a C, hence corn dogs. And I think in terms of thinking of creative ideas, it's really good to give yourself creative restrictions like that sometimes, because it helps you think just within those lines rather than within the lines of, you know, all foods ever. I'm thinking in terms of American foods that begin with the letter C, so corn dogs. And also, I've never had corn dogs before. I told Hank that a couple of days ago, and he was just like, what? Can we shoot this video now because you need to have corn dogs? But yep, that's how I came up with that one. And also, no head. This was one of the video ideas that I came up with as a result of just one of my rare instances of actually being random, in which I tweeted, my head just fell off, and that was the whole tweet. And then basically I ran with that, and I changed my Twitter profile picture to a picture of what my Twitter profile picture normally is, but without a head. And I started going on about where my head was and trying to find it. And then eventually I decided this is actually a video idea. I could take this little random thing that I just put on the internet and use that to make a video out of it. This is a video I wanted to make for ages. It's basically, the reason I want to do it is because I really like the image of me kind of talking about, oh, every now and again my head falls off. I'm going to admit to the world, I make like a fake documentary about my head falling off sometimes, and then I could have a talking head interview with literally just my head. But I haven't been able to do it so far because I can't work out the effects of it, but that hopefully will happen at some point. That's the first topic, everyone. Yeah. I can't tell you how happy it makes me just to hear people like, fun science! That's just so nice. Because I'm just a massive science nerd, and I think kind of science literacy is like, it's an extremely important part of just humanity today, because science is so important to the world that we live in at the moment. And I've wanted for a while to be able to kind of communicate just like a scientific message to the people who watch me on YouTube, but at the same time, first and foremost, I'm on YouTube just to entertain people. I don't want to be like just kind of sitting there boringly talking about the stuff that I think people should know. I want to make science fun and interesting. And so I decided to I keep looking up there expecting to see my slides, and then it's just me. There I am. Oh no, I'm over there. So yeah, I thought that fun science was a really important thing to do, and the reason I wanted to talk about it basically is because so far I've made 2 fun science videos, and I get a lot of comments from people saying, make more fun science videos, and I can tell you now, I will be making more fun science videos. They're the videos that just mean quite a lot to me, so I just want to make them as perfect as I possibly can. So yeah, there will be more of those in the future. Talk about being a British YouTuber and how it is different to America. I found this topic quite interesting just because I found it interesting that somebody would think that I would be like any more like in tune with like how to answer this question than an American YouTuber, because I'm British, they're American. I don't really know much about what it's like to be an American YouTuber because I never have been one. But I thought it was an interesting topic, and it sparked this thought in my mind, which is that I kind of, in some ways, yes, sure, I'm a British YouTuber and that I come from Britain and that I have this accent and all of that kind of stuff. But at the same time, yeah, one for the accent, yeah. I made it myself. Yeah, I thought it was an interesting topic because although I am a British YouTuber, at the same time, most of my audience comes from here in America. 40% of my audience, according to my YouTube Insight data, comes from this country. So if we're just going on where my audience is, I am an American YouTuber. Does that mean I should live here? I don't quite know what. And also, because I am a nerd, as soon as I found out that 40%, because I don't usually check my YouTube Insight data, as soon as I found out that 40% of my audience come from the US, I thought I would do some maths, which I never got around to putting in this talk. But basically, I discovered that I did the math, or the maths, as I should have put there because I am British, that the probability, basically, of any one person here in the United States knowing who I am apparently is 1 in 1,000, which I thought was just quite an interesting statistic, and just quite, also sort of scary in some ways, but also at the same time, I usually like meeting people just around, just in the world, because it's always nicer just to have, 1 in 1,000 people just come up and be like, hey, I like your videos. It just makes the world a bit nicer. Or, ... I don't know why that is there. It just was there in the comment. The first moment that you realize you were famous. I talked about this last year, how I didn't really like the idea of being called famous at all. So at the moment, I have no moment in which I realized I was famous. In fact, I'm pretty sure there was an interview with Lady Gaga that happened fairly recently. My friend Alex was telling me about it, how she was asked when she felt like she made it, and she says that she doesn't feel like she's made it yet, but she's Lady Gaga. And I'm not Lady Gaga at all, but I don't feel like I'm in a position to say that I am famous. But one of the things that this made me think about, really, is that fame is such a massively relative thing. I don't know how many of you know Stephen Fry. Well, the interesting thing about Stephen Fry is that in the United Kingdom, he's just a massive celebrity. You won't find any single person who doesn't know who Stephen Fry is. I'm sure this audience is different because a lot of you watch my videos and therefore know who he is, because he does the outro at the end of all of my videos. But I've asked a lot of people who Stephen Fry is while I've been here, and not many people know at all. And it's kind of odd that for me, someone who's a massive celebrity in the United Kingdom, I come over here and just a lot of people don't have a clue who he is. And I think that YouTube is quite similar to that. There are a lot of people here who will, will come and be perceived as YouTube celebrities, and suddenly we're famous people. Like everybody knows who we are. And it's just really, really strange, but it's extremely relative because I will, go back to England and I'll just be a normal person again. So I just thought that was an interesting topic, and I basically am finding it harder to say that I'm not famous now because I think of it as such a relative thing. But I'm still not going to say that I'm a famous person. Okay. Yes. Talk about Hungry Witches, that video that you never posted. If you follow me on Twitter, you might know that I tend to try and make a lot of videos. About like half of the videos that I make usually don't actually end up on YouTube just because I'm quite a perfectionist in that sense. But there was one video called Hungry Witches, which isn't really called Hungry Witches. This is going out on the front of YouTube, and also there are lots of kids here probably. So I changed one of the words in Hungry Witches to mean something else. Has anyone ever seen Two Girls, One Cup? Woo! If you haven't seen Two Girls, One Cup, then you're probably at least aware of the Two Girls, One Cup reactions. Two Girls, One Cup it's porn, basically. And I discovered, I was thinking, should I do a Two Girls, One Cup reaction? But then I realized that Two Girls, One Cup is actually a minute-long trailer for an hour-long film called Hungry Witches. And I decided to make a reactions video to that, but I could never upload it to YouTube because it was me narrating a porn film. But what I thought, because it's VidCon, well, actually, I came up on stage thinking, oh, I'll just show VidCon a little bit of this video that I never got to upload to the internet, a kind of like edited version. But now I'm going to show it to the whole of YouTube as well, so let's see how this goes. So this is 30 seconds of Hungry Witches. It's been heavily edited. It's not particularly interesting, but I thought it might just be fun just to show it to you all. Let's hope the sound comes through. Hello. So I've just downloaded this porn film. You're probably aware of Two Girls, One Cup. Well, Two Girls, One Cup is in fact a 1-minute trailer for an hour-long scat porn film called Hungry Witches. And I'm now going to attempt to watch Hungry Witches. Hungry Witches! After Effects. Who's it starring? Starring Carla and Latifah. Opens on a shot of some nice flowers. Carla and Latifah enter. This is weird. And then pornography started happening, so it's not an hour-long video or anything like that. I ended up skipping through it because it was quite disgusting. But who knows? I figure that, maybe one day when I'm like 70 or something, I'll be like, yeah, I don't care anymore. I'll just show them Hungry Witches. So maybe you'll get to see that video at some point, but for the moment, it's locked away in my computer, and I only show it to very, very, very close friends. What inspired you to start chameleon circuits? I just wanted to touch on this because this seems to be a common misconception. I never started chameleon circuits. Alex Day started chameleon circuits. That's all I want to say. Here's one. Talk about Harry Potter. This person has written talk about Harry Potter 14 times. Any Harry Potter fans? I want to talk about Harry Potter because, and this is sort of hard for me because I know there are a lot of nerd fighters in the audience at the moment. But there seems to be this idea in people's heads that I'm a massive Harry Potter fan. And it feels like some sort of Alcoholics Anonymous thing. But I feel like I needed to expel to you all the truth about me and Harry Potter, which is that it's all right. But I felt like if any of you think less of me now, then that's fine. At least you know the truth. But I'm just not a massive Harry Potter fan. I read the books once they came out. Pretty good. I was reading them while they were coming out when I was like, 12, but I stopped on book 4 because I was 12 and couldn't be bothered to read the whole of that book. And I've seen all the films as well. I think Harry should have kept the Elder Wand, personally. I mean, that's just me. I mean, like, Dumbledore had it, like, all his life. And what's, like, Harry, like, oh, throw it away? What? I think you should do a presentation on Charlie's hair through the years. 48 people like this one. So that's what I'm doing. It's a very short presentation. Ready? Da-da-da-dun, da-dun, da-da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun, da-dun, da-da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun, da-dun, da-da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun, dun, 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 dun. Personally, this one here is my favorite, definitely. I can't remember if they actually put a bowl on my head or not, but yeah, it's just, I think that's quite good. What if there was no YouTube? What would your life be like? What would you be doing right now if YouTube didn't exist? Well, I definitely wouldn't be on stage here at VidCon. That's the first thing, but I just want to say, thank you to everybody who watches me on YouTube, and for YouTube itself for existing, because I worry a lot about parallel universe Charlie, who exists in a world where YouTube was never created, and about, where nobody ever decided, oh, let's share online video, that would be a good thing. Because YouTube has given me just like a hell of a lot of confidence. You might have seen me wandering around here at VidCon, and I'm generally quite just a shy person, but if you'd known me when I was younger, before YouTube, I was just incredibly shy. And YouTube has just given me quite a lot of confidence as a person. So I have no idea what I would be doing if it wasn't for YouTube. I just sort of fell into this YouTube world and was like, yeah, this is actually what I want to do. So maybe Charlie, parallel universe Charlie, is working in a fast food restaurant somewhere. I don't know. But I feel bad for him, and I feel good for me. Where does Charlie go from here? Not literally, in your career. I wanted to talk about this one because I do know where I'm going to be going next in my career. I have this thing prepared at the moment that I've been kind of sitting on for the last, I don't know, it's been months, about 4 or 5 months maybe. And I can tell you where I'm going to go next in my career, but I can also tell you where I'm going to go literally. This is only going to be a teaser, a very brief kind of annoying teaser, because I'm in the very early stages of planning this at the moment, and I can't tell you a lot. But what I can tell you is that next year, myself, Alex Day, and Michael Aranda will, yeah, Michael, woo! Yeah. We're going to be spending a lot of time here in America. And when I say a lot of time here in America, I mean like a lot of time here in America. And you might be interested in where in America we might be going. We're going to be going everywhere. I'm so pleased that the nipple thing got such a big cheer. So last year at VidCon, I took my pants off. That is what I did. And I'm living with those repercussions now, because here I am at VidCon next year, not knowing what I do to finish my talk, because I feel like I need to top last year where I took my pants off, or trousers off. And revealed another pair of trousers underneath if you weren't here last year. And doing the nipple thing was like, maybe that might be like an alternate version of the pants thing, but I didn't feel like it was a step up. And I thought basically I need to do something that is better than last year, or I need to just be honest and say I can't think of anything and then just walk off stage. I can promise you that I'm not going to be doing the nipple thing on stage here at VidCon, especially not in front of all of YouTube watching me on the internet. So yeah, I don't have anything kind of special to do, but there is one more thing, which is But remember when I said I wasn't going to do anything? What's he going to do? I can't work him out. Oh my God, he's putting the microphone down.
I believe in came along. You sexy thing.
Thank you.
Let me just apologize. Charlie did not tell us that his goal was to take his pants off. He's just playing a little practical joke on the vlog, brothers.
I love Charlie so much, and I don't think there's anyone more talented working in this medium. Or hotter.
I've completely forgotten why we're here.
Yeah.
What's going on? So what, John?
So you can do that on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, almost not. You can. You probably shouldn't.